When different data values are assigned different weights, we'll be computing what is called weighted mean. One of the examples of weighted mean is your overall grade at the end of the course that consists of different categories that have different weights. The other example of weighted mean is the GPA score. We will look at how to compute the GPA score. To calculate the weighted mean, multiply the weight of each category by the value of that category, add the products up, and divide by the sum of the weights. Let's review a following example. A student took 5 courses. Her final grades, along with the number of credits for each course, were as follows: A in a 3-credit course, A in a 4-credit course, B in a 3-credit course, C in a 3-credit course, and F in a 1-credit course. The grading system assigned quality points to letter grades as follows: A equals 4, B equals 3, C equals 2, D equals 1, and F equals 0. Compute her grade point average. We will start with identifying what are the weights and what are the values of each category. The weights would be the number of credits that she took in each class. 3 credits, 4 credits, 3 credits, 3 credits, and 1 credit. The value of each category is 4 for A, 3 for B, 2 for C, 1 for D, and 0 for F. Actually, this is 4.0, 3.0, and so on. And you will see later why I pointed your attention to this decimal. The weighted mean is equal to the sum of the products of the weight times the value. So we multiply weight 3, 4, 3 credits, 3 credits, and 1 credit times the value of each category. The student received A in the 3-credit class, A in the 4-credit class, B in the 3-credit class, C in the 3-credit class, and F in the 1-credit class. Then we need to add them up and divide by the sum of the weights. 3 plus 4 plus 3 plus 3 plus 1. After we do the calculations, we find that numerator is equal 43, denominator is equal 14. 43 divided by 14 is equal to 3.0714. GPA is rounded to 2 decimals, 3.07, her GPA. And I promised you to explain why I pointed your attention that the grades have 1 decimal. Remember, mean, median, and mid-range is rounded to 1 more decimal than the original data value. GPA is always rounded to 2 decimals because the value of the category is 4.0, 3.0, and so on. Some institutions have grades A plus, A minus, B plus, B minus, and so on. Those plus and minus range slightly with this decimal point. That's why the GPAs are always rounded to 2 decimals. We will now look at how to find the mean from a frequency distribution table. First, we need to multiply each frequency and the class midpoint, and then add the product and divide by the sum of the frequencies. We are going to calculate the mean from a frequency distribution table that we built before. First, we need to find each class midpoint, then multiply class midpoint by the frequency. Remember, to calculate class midpoint, we need to add the lower limit, the upper limit of the class, and divide them by 2. After you multiply each frequency by the class midpoint, add the products up. The result of the product of frequency and the class midpoint added up is 8025 divided by the sum of the frequencies, 50, is equal to 160.5 seconds. Remember though that the result of 160.5 seconds is approximation because it's based on the use of the class midpoint values instead of the original list of service times. We could, if we want to find more precise value of the mean, we would add all the times and divided them by 50 by the number of the values in this dataset. Coming up in the next video, Chapter 3.2, Measures of Variation, and using StatCrunch to find mean, median, mode, standard deviation, variance, and other characteristics of the dataset. I will see you soon.